it's like you have no idea. Once you get that first product in, doing your second, third, fourth product, it just becomes a number, and it's very easy to scale. That's what I love about Amazon, and private labeling. Before you know it, you're making 10, 20,000 a month, and that's the whole goal. For a lot of people getting started, I think making that 10,000 a month profit is their ultimate, dream.
What is going on, everybody on YouTube and iTunes? Welcome back to the Raiken Profit Show. This is episode number 25 with my main man, Rob, and he's with the YouTube channel Steps to Success. And the title of the show is he sold $4,000 in 1 week with a single product in Amazon FBA. But we're going to be talking a lot more than just Amazon FBA. We're going to be talking about entrepreneurship. He runs quite a few businesses, has a stream. So I want to welcome you, Rob, to the show. He's from Canada, which is cool. We were talking before. I want to go to Canada, but how are you, man? Is it cold?
It's super cold here, man. I have here, those of you who are from Canada, you know Timmy. So I have my tea beside me. It's like 1 feet of snow outside. So I'm glad to be inside, glad to be on the show. Super excited to do this video with you. So let's get started.
Yeah. Let's do it, man. So I know you had I don't know if you had reached out to me in the comments or something, but you reached out like, hey, and you kind of shared your story, and I was like, wow, like this guy's killing it. So I went over and I started checking out your YouTube videos, and man, you are doing a great job and just absolutely killing it, especially with Amazon. So I decided to bring you on and have you share your story. So let's kind of get into that, Rob, how everything started with business in general, because I know you have a business, and you started with a business that was actually an offline business, right?
Yeah. So what happened was I graduated from business school about 7 years ago. And usually what happens with people who graduate from this school is they go into the finance field, like investment banking or consulting. And I actually got a job that was paying me a very good salary, but I decided to follow my passion of entrepreneurship. So I started this supply company selling building materials. And, I had to take out a loan of $40,000 just to start it. And after the first year, the business was doing so well that I paid back all my debts, and I opened a second and a third store here in Canada. And, so what I basically do is I supply building materials to people, whether if it's home, condos, or whatever the case may be. And through that, I got into building my own projects. And I got into buying old homes on big lots, tearing them down and building, custom homes and reselling them. Yeah, so that's how I got started. And, about a year and a half ago, I heard about Amazon FBA. And, the thought really intrigued me because I know the retail side of running a business. And, you have all these fixed expenses such as paying rent, hydro, you have those, employees that come in and go. So the fact that you can just source a product from China, send it to Amazon, and, do a little bit of advertising and sell it, really fascinated me. So that's how I got started.
Cool. So that was about a year and a half ago. Where are you right now in terms of your results that you've gotten from your Amazon business?
So I do about 200,000 to 300,000 a month in revenue, and I have two accounts. So one is a niche account, and the other one that I have is basically I have several random products on there, and I just created a test account that I shared some of the numbers on this one product that I just picked out about a month and a half ago.
On your YouTube channel. It's all
on my
documented.
YouTube channel. Yeah, it's all live. So I found a product, and it's basically this bulb camera that you can just install, just a regular bulb, and can actually see, and you can hear and you can talk through through this camera. So it's a super cool product. I have it here if you want to see it, but it's
yeah, let's check it out. How cool is that? He's actually going to show us his label product, and we were talking before, nobody ever does this,
yeah. So what I find is a lot of people are selling courses and everyone says I'm making 40,000 a month, but no one actually tells you out of that 40,000, what's the profit? What's the cost? Like, what is it that you're making. So I actually show my product, I show my numbers, I show how much I'm spending on PPC. So this is the product.
Okay, so it's like a little light bulb, but it's got this kind of little structure going through it.
Yeah, so let me take it out and show it to you. So
I feel special. This is like VIP behind the scenes.
I know. So this is the product. As you can see, it's just a bulb.
Yeah, it's cool. So what does it do?
So that's the camera. So you see the camera on the tip of it?
Oh, wow.
So when you install it, you basically have a 360-degree view, and then you have a speaker that you can hear and talk out of. So for example, say you have your dog at home and you kind of want to see what's going on with it. So, you know, you can talk to it and hear from it. So
is it like Wi-Fi or
yeah,
does it go through not Wi-Fi, Bluetooth?
So it actually connects to your Wi-Fi, this bulb, and you can access it on your phone. So it's an app that you install
from
on your
anywhere.
phone.
So like you could be
anywhere.
At work.
You can be in Mexico, you can be at work, you can watch over your employees with it, you can do it. Like it has a ton of applications, man. So I bought this bulb for 20 to 24 bucks. The first shipment I paid 24 bucks on. It cost me just under $4 to ship it to Amazon. And I'm selling it for over 60.
Wow. So okay, wow. I have a lot of questions to ask you right now. So let's start with research. Like, how did you find this product and why did you decide to buy it? Like, what was going through your mind?
So I use several different product research methods to find my product. Most people use Jungle Scout. Some people use Viral Launch. Some people there's different product research methods. So this one I actually found on Instagram, believe it or not.
No way. Sir, how'd you find it on Instagram?
Well, a lot of people, drop shipping, people advertising products here and there. And you always want to keep an eye out on what it is that's trendy. So once I saw this product, I actually thought it's a cool product. And, I ordered 100 pieces about a month and a half ago. And I started spending $20 a day on this product. And I was selling about 5 to 8 units right off the bat.
So when you say spending $20 a day, are you talking about PPC or are you talking about
PPC? I don't do giveaways, so just purely PPC, nothing else.
So was that how you built up your reviews as well on it? Yeah.
So what I usually do is when I get my first product in, as long as you have that couple reviews right off the bat, people like to see reviews. So before you spend any money on PPC, you always want to make sure that you have those few reviews built up. Because when people land on your page, if they have no reviews, if they have no comments, it kind of deters them. So they just click back. But once you have that few reviews, it's super easy to make a sale even on your first day selling it. And for me, it was a very easy product, to be honest with you. And I sold out within the first 3 weeks. So then I had to wait 2 weeks to get my next shipment in. And on the video that I did 2 days ago, I actually ran out this last weekend on my second 100 batch. So I said, you know what? I'm making $3-4 grand profit off this product. Let me just actually post it on, since it's on a seller account, and share it with, whoever is interested in getting started on Amazon FBA. So I kind of gave this one away, man. And it's a really good product. For a lot of people, this is a month's salary, right? So it's yeah,
that's really cool, man, right there. So you're looking on Instagram and you're, I don't know if you were like actually looking for a product or it just hit you, because a lot of times I'm on Facebook and like I just get like targeted for one reason or another, right?
I'm the same, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So you see that product and you're like, wow, this is cool. What do you do? Do you then put that into Viral Launch or Jungle Scout or whatever you're using and then do some research, or do you go to Amazon to see if that product's listed yet?
So what I usually do is I try to think of what's the broadest keyword that relates to that product, and I search on it for Amazon. If I see that product has demand or has a couple sellers selling it, then I go back to Alibaba or one of the supplier pages and I check the cost to see if I have enough margins to sell. And the minimum margin that I usually look for is at least 35-40%. Just because like I like to know that if I'm spending, for example, $2,000 on a product, end of the month, I can at least double it. So that's my goal with each product that I do. So yeah, that's how I found this product, man.
That's cool, man. Do you have any plans coming up for this product? Are you going to just any predictions? Because you hear a lot of people saying, I don't want to share my product. Do you think that the competition is going to wipe you out now? And, or are you going to try to expand upon that brand? What are your thoughts? Because again, you're documenting this. If you guys check out the links below, I'm going to link up his channel, Steps to Success, and you can actually see all the back end information. But what are your thoughts moving forward with it?
So this is a really good product, and I see a lot of growth in it. And I actually showcased it on my channel the other day. Believe it or not, there is at least 6 to 8 other sellers selling the exact same brand. It's a very generic product. I did no differentiation on it. So the packaging is standard. Everything on it is standard. I didn't change anything on it. And a lot of people hate the fact that, a product is in electronics because they think it's a super competitive category to be under, but it's not. I have probably over 30% of my products in electronics, and
Really?
they all do extremely well, extremely well. Like, I just brought this other product in about a week and a half ago, and I usually always start with a small test order of say $200, and just so you know, we're talking about $4 to $5 a piece. So my first order size is not that big. It's about $1,000 for the product.
You're not worried about profit. You're trying to see if it sells.
Exactly. So I order $1,000 worth of a product. It costs another $300-400 to ship. So $1,400-1,500 all in. If I see it doing well in the first few days and I'm making money on it, then I go and I order 500 units. And that's the way that I do it. So I ordered this product that's kind of similar to this bulb. And believe it or not, on my first day, with only 3 reviews, I sold $800 of this product with $20 PPC. I kid you not. So I'm actually going to be creating a new test account come January, and I'm going to show people a product that I choose. I'm going to invest $2,000 in it, and I'm going to show people how to grow that $2,000 into $20,000-30,000 a month revenue in the first few months. So I think it's going to really add value, man, because a lot of people buy courses, man. And unfortunately, a lot of people buy courses. You have no idea how many people message me. They said, I bought this guy's course, I bought that guy's course, but I can't find my first product. And I'm like, well, what are you looking at? He says, well, I'm looking at these categories, and they're clueless. Even though they pay that money, they have no idea how to do it. And I think the one thing that people need more than any course is just see a product work, how it works from beginning, how you find that product, to talking to suppliers, to shipping it to Amazon, and how you actually optimize that listing and start making your first sale. Because once you learn how to do it one time, it's just a system. You just replicate it, right? You reinvest the profits, and then you just keep doing the same thing. And that's how you grow it into a 6-figure a month business. It's not rocket science.
Yeah, the 2 biggest things I see that hold people back is actually finding that first product to be like, okay, like I'm pulling the trigger on it. Like I don't know if that's a trigger. It's like a lever.
Yeah.
Hopefully the people on the podcast can't see what I'm doing, but pulling the trigger on that first product, so the product research, and then like you said, optimizing that listing and like finally like going live with it and running PPC. Those are definitely things I see a lot of people struggling with. And I like what you said, Rob, is it's something that you replicate, right? It's a system. So once you figure out, do you think that's the key for people to really get through it once and then figure out how it works? Because then you can just keep replicating, because there's that's millions of products on Amazon?
Yeah, that's all it is, man. To be honest with you, I've had probably 5 people reach out to me just, asking me to help them with their first product. And I have someone who reached out to me who's also from Canada. He's from Vancouver. And he bought this product that was really neat when he showed it to me. And he's never done FBA before. And he sold $7,000 in his first 7 days of doing Amazon FBA.
Shut up.
I asked them, I said, can you please share the screenshot on my Facebook group chat so other people can see? And he posted at $7,000 in his first 7 days of doing Amazon FBA. And believe it or not, you know what's his biggest problem? He's
What?
trying to talk to the supplier so he can get the second shipment in, and because it's December, everything is a bit delayed. So his
Oh,
biggest worry is that, he was so close to being on first page for that product that he's selling, and he can't because he's running out of stock. So I told him, I said, this is a really good problem to have because a lot of people can't even find a product to sell. So, I'm really happy for some people that,
that's
and
cool.
that's all it is. You just need that, initial push to get started. And once you know what you're doing, you don't really need anyone's help after, because it's a skill set that you build, right? And that's what Amazon FBA is. Once you learn how to, what skills you need and the system from A to Z, it's just following the same, method every time.
Do you think anybody can do this? Anyone who, I talk to a lot of friends and stuff who, and subscribers and people who are listening to the podcast, and they're doing a lot of, thrifting and retail arbitrage, but they're complaining that to find things at the thrift stores. They're complaining and worried, which is justified in a lot of the brand restrictions through retail arbitrage. And they're wanting to move on to things like wholesale and private label. And that's why I love to talk to people like you, because that's kind of the direction of where Amazon's kind of pushing everyone.
Yeah.
Can anybody do it? Like, is private label, because I think a lot of people think of private label like, wow, this is so freaking complicated. Like can resonate with thrifting, right? It's like going to a thrift store and picking it up and then you list it. It's like something real. It's tangible. Like, do it.
Anyone can do it, man. And
I love the attitude.
No, honestly, I'm being honest with you. Like, a lot of people like to be able to touch things, to feel things, to know that it's real. And the businesses that I have is the same. I come inside an office, I have a warehouse, I see my physical products, I have trucks, equipment that goes out. And the reason I really like FBA is because you don't see anything, but the method works. And that's all it takes for you to see it work. And that's all it is. And the best feeling getting started on FBA is seeing that first sale come in. And it's the best feeling. And every product that you introduce, it has the same rush for it. Believe it or not, it's super exciting. And, there have been a couple really big websites that were good for retail arbitrage, but most of them have shut down. I think Fat Wallet was one of them. And you could find really good products that you could turn for profit, but nowadays it's getting harder and harder. So whoever is reaching out to me, I tell them the same thing. Try to get that first 1,000 or 2,000 together, whether if it's, borrowing it from your parents, tell them you're going to give them a percentage of the profits back, and, they'll be happy for you because you're creating a business for yourself. And at the same time, they're making something off the money, but that's where the money is at. Private label, you have no idea. There's so much money to be made. And, hopefully by the new videos I'll be creating a new year, a lot of people will be benefiting from it. But just to give you an example, this new product that I just mentioned to you, I'm buying it for $5, $4.99.
$4.99, okay.
Getting it shipped for $3.80 a piece.
$3.80 shipping on top of the $4.99 cost of goods?
Yes. So then Amazon is taking about $6 for their fees.
So we're up to about...
You're close to 15.
About $15 right now. Okay.
There is 4 competitors of this product.
Okay.
They're selling it between $32 to $36. Selling this product right now, I just started I think I started last Saturday, and I'm doing between $600 to $1,000 a day.
600 to 1,000. This has got to be. There's got to be obvious.
I have it on my phone. I'm gonna show it to you on my phone so you can see. And this is the new test account that I'm gonna be having on January. So I'm gonna.
Do you think this is due to Q4 though? This craziness?
No.
Really?
And the thing is, I'm not spending anything on PPC. Same thing, $20 a day, and that $20 is generating. Here, let me show you.
Hold on, I'm zoom out a little bit because it's okay. 20. Holy mackerel! So yeah, I've seen it for 2,000. Yeah.
So if you divide the number that I showed you, $30 by the units. See, I sell 21 units times 30. This is one product. And look, I just started. You see the sales start from 0.
Yep, I see that.
No one is going to show you this. And that's what I want to show people, how easy it is to find a product and how easy it is to grow your sales.
Wow. There's a lot of people who, I told you, a lot of thrifters and eBayers and, retail R peeps who are watching, and they've made really good money not only watching this channel, but communicating and networking with all the hundreds of other great YouTubers. And there's people out there who have a lot of them, right, in this space, who have $5, $10, $20, $50,000 sitting in a bank account, and they're thinking about cryptocurrencies. They're thinking about real estate. They're thinking about private label. Private label, are you saying private label for you, is that where you would go? Because I know you invest in real estate as well.
So I've done extremely well on real estate. I don't know the market outside of Canada, but Toronto, and we're in the province of Ontario. So I built my first house 3 years ago. I bought this lot for $700,000. And I spent $1 million building this new house on top. So my finished cost was 1.7, and it took me 9 months from start to finish. I sold it for 2.3 million. This was 3 years ago. So listen to this. Within 1 year, the same lot that I bought for 700,000 jumped up to 2.1 million. And this is just the lot price. So whoever is sitting, whoever had a property, I'm serious. A lot of people became millionaires just from real estate. And I was lucky enough to be in the middle of it. So I was supplying all the builders. I had a few properties of my own, and I was also building for other people. So I've been extremely fortunate on the real estate side. And I think it's the best time to start a private labeling business, man. I'm telling you, a lot of people, if you don't get started on Amazon FBA, in a year, I think it's going to be too late for you. But with all things said and done, $2,000 is all you need to double your money. So just imagine, for you to double your money 2 or 3 months, you're basically making 5,000 to 10,000 profit a month. And a lot of people don't make that as an average salary, whatever country you're from. In Canada, that average salary is 40,000 a year. And you can make that within your first 2 months of doing private labeling. If that doesn't motivate you enough to get started, I don't know what would.
What do you think the lifespan of this private label is going to be?
I think it's going to be super huge, man. I see a lot of potential in it, and I don't think it's anywhere near the top. So I think there's a lot of growth that people can expect to see from it. And, I also see it becoming a real business where once you build a portfolio, there's probably going to be a multiplier that you can actually sell it off to a company or a person, because you're basically
people are
selling
doing it already.
Yeah, I'm sure there's probably a 2-time multiple on it right now, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not sure what the multiplier is, but I know there's websites. I don't know if it's Empire Flipper, or I think it is. I think Jungle Scout was interviewing recently, but there's websites where you can now, people are selling there. Crazy, right? It's insane. It's the brand, really. That's
exactly.
Another great benefit. Brand.
It's like me basically giving you a business, and all you need to do is put in the key and turn it on, right? You start making that profit since day one, right? And as long as, the profit and the money makes sense, I would buy it if I didn't know what kind of business to get into. Because a lot of people are, say you want to open a Starbucks, for example. What's the franchise fee for you to go and starting in this?
I don't know. Starbucks? What is it? It's got to be what, 500,000 or $250,000? I
think it's about 750,000 here in Canada. So imagine for you being able to buy a business that's making or generating 100,000 profit for 200,000, and you're making that 100,000 on your first year, and within 2 years you've paid back the loan, and now you're making $100,000 a year profit, right? And I'm not including how much your business is going to grow in that first 2 years. So that's why I see a lot of potential on it. It's crazy.
For someone watching right now, let's just pretend, let's put yourself in the shoes of a viewer, and let's say that, I don't know, maybe you have a couple thousand, 5,000, 10,000 in your bank. You've done well thrifting. You've saved some money. You've moved out of mama's house. You're watching this video and you're hearing this guy, sharing these amazing numbers and having success with all different businesses. What's the best way for that person to get started right now? Like maybe they own Viral Launch or Jungle Scout, and they've done a little product research, but they just can't seem to get that momentum going, to choose that product, to start moving. What advice would you give them right now?
You know what? The hardest thing for a lot of people getting started is putting that money onto the first product. And my only advice is just get started. The way I think about doing anything in life is, what's the worst thing that can happen? And if you think about it, if you've done the research, there is demand for the product you're bringing in. It generates enough money. The worst thing that can happen is you sell all your products and you make no money on your first product. But you learned the mistakes and what to avoid for your second product. That's the worst thing that can happen. It's impossible to lose money, if you have that 30-40% margin. What's the best thing that can happen? The best thing that can happen is you find a great product, you start selling right off the bat, and you reach out to the right people push you, you learn things that you never knew before, and now on your second and third product, it's like a walk in the park, right? So it's very easy for you to scale the business, and that's what I love about Amazon.
So how have you been able to scale up to, did you say before you were doing 200,000 to 300,000 a month with your FBA business?
Yeah. So I
did not know that, man. I did not know it was that high.
I know. For me, for most people, at some point, it's just a number, man. It's not really how much money you're doing every month. It's more growing your business. So even my construction material store, each branch does about 3 to 5 million in revenue. So I do the same thing. For example, I buy 200, 300,000 a month inventory. I bring it in, I resell it, and it goes out. And Amazon FBA is the same thing. Whether if it's 2,000, 20,000, or 200,000 worth of material, it's all a number end of the day, right? You get rid of the product that doesn't work, you bring what works, and just scale up, man. It's like you have no idea. Once you get that first product in, doing your second, third, fourth product, it just becomes a number, and it's very easy to scale. That's what I love about Amazon, and private labeling. Before you know it, you're making 10, 20,000 a month, and that's the whole goal. For a lot of people getting started, I think making that 10,000 a month profit is their ultimate, dream. So
it would change their life.
Yeah, exactly.
So your profit margins for your private label business, where do they usually stand? I'm sure they differ based on the category and type of item.
They differ. So I try to sell products that fall between 20 to 40 bucks. I tend to find out that the higher ticket items, I have a lot higher margin, but at the same time, I sell less than, the other price range that I like to be in. So I try to sell products that cost between 4 to 8 bucks. So I can end up reselling it for 30 to 40 bucks. And as long as I have that 40 to 50% margin, I'm happy. So I try not to go lower than that.
What are some other things you're looking for in terms of when you're searching for a product? So you're looking for, that margin, the $48 buy cost. What about like competition? Or are you trying to improve upon products? Or are you really just still sticking kind of with the copy paste method?
I do a little bit of everything. So obviously the whole goal of you, especially once you start doing really well on a product, is find out how you can differentiate it. So I get people on Fiverr, for example, to do really high quality pictures for me, how the product can be used. Because I know a lot of people try to save money when selling a product, and investing an extra 50 bucks on your, packaging or product photography makes a huge difference. So, try, like I always, like whenever I look at a product, I tend to look at it in the long term and how I can differentiate from it. So even if, for example, this product has 4 competitors today, if tomorrow there's 20 people that are going to jump on this product, I want to make sure that my product looks different than theirs, even though it's the exact same. Whether the product is the same or the packaging is similar, I want the photography. When someone lands on my page, I want them to know that this is a quality product. Even if they find another product that's $3 or $4, $5 cheaper, they will still buy my product over there just because of how I portray the product. So that's the whole goal of Amazon.
Cool, man. Awesome. You're a young guy, man. Do you mind me asking, how old are you?
So I'm 29. I've been
29? Dude, that is insane. Absolutely insane.
I feel old, man. No, I'm not young. I've been doing this for a while, and honestly, everything that I started, I learned the hard way. And Amazon FBA and starting Amazon FBA was one of the easiest things that I've done. I'm serious. Like when I first started my construction building material store, it was me and one of the other workers. I would sell the product during the day, and I would close the store at 5 p.m. and I would go and deliver it myself to customers' home till 10, 11 at night. So that's how I started my other businesses. Amazon FBA, I literally found the product. I shipped it to Amazon. And I was at home listening to music, optimizing the listing, putting the PPC on. And it's the best feeling just to open your phone or go on Amazon Seller Central and just see the money come in. I've never experienced anything that's better than that. Maybe Bitcoin in the past week or two, but other than that, I've never seen anything come in that's, based on the.
What's your motivation, man? You've got these three, locations already. You said they were doing 3 to 5 mil revenue each. I believe you said,
Yeah.
you've got your real estate. I'm sure you've got some good money saved up. You know what I mean? Because I'm nowhere near where you are in terms of like finances and success. And I think to myself, like, what would be my motivation to keep working if I had like that much success in my life? And maybe some other people are curious too. Like, why in the world are you even doing private label when you're already killing it with a couple other things?
You know what? I tend to get bored really quick with the things that I'm involved in. So I always I'm very curious in trying new things, and I'm always open to trying new things because I like I said, the worst thing that can happen to you in trying something new is you fail and you learn from it. The best thing that can happen is you might meet someone who can open another door for you, or you can get into something that you never thought you would get into. And Amazon FBA actually helped me start my YouTube channel. And, I just started it less than 2 months ago, and everything is so new to me. And it's such, and I'm trying to learn so much, but there is so much to learn. And it's really fascinating to me, even though I see a lot of people that are doing better than me. And I see a lot of people that are doing a little bit worse than me. Just the fact that you're learning something new, for me, it's very exciting. So that's what keeps me motivated. It's just you want to learn as much as you can, and you got to be open to trying new things.
How about time management? What's kind of like a day in the life for you, Rob, man? You've got all these different things going on. Like, do you have I'm very interested in people who are having success in their routines and habits and kind of how they manage their time. Could you kind of shed a little light on that?
Yeah. So I wake up around 5:30 in the morning, every morning. And even on weekends, I don't like to, I like to wake up early because I tend to get 50% of my tasks completed within the first 3 to 4 hours since waking up. Because what happens is, when I get to the office, people start calling, new things start to come up, and you quickly start to find out that it's 5, 6 in the afternoon, and you're only done half the things that you wanted to do. So that's why I wake up early, because no one bugs you in that first 2, 3 hours of you being up. So yeah, and like last night, for example, I went to bed at midnight. So I try to get that 5, 6 hours sleep in, and that's my day, man. I try to, go to work early, so I avoid the rush hour and the traffic. I try to go home early just to save the time. And, I work hard, but it's always nice to reward yourself when, you do the things that you want to accomplish. So I try to go, somewhere for a week, 2 weeks, 4 or 5 times a year. So I usually go somewhere every other month just to take some time off to refresh and, come back and continue. So
that's important, man. Yeah, kind of bring some perspective and kind of revitalize you and give you some extra energy. So that's really cool. How much time would you say you're putting into your Amazon FBA business?
I put probably 1 to 2 hours a day on product research. So I would say 10 to 15 hours a week, and I do it actively. Whenever I get a chance, I look at my phone, I look at products, I make sure that my stock is there. I contact suppliers. And I think one of the biggest struggles that people will make when starting on Amazon is finding that 1 or 2 people that they trust in China as a supplier or as an agent that you can reach out to, because a lot of suppliers tend to give you a really good price at beginning to draw you in. And then they tend to increase the shipping, or they tend to play around with the price. Yeah. So I don't know if you've experienced that, but once you start feeling comfortable with 1 or 2 agents, it gets a lot easier, because what I do, for example, is I contact 1 or 2 of my agents and they source all the products for me. And it's much easier for me because I hate paying that 5% PayPal fee or the trade assurance fee, because that's all profits in your pocket, right? So if I can pay an agent, say 1% more to do the sourcing for me, it saves me time, and, I don't have to negotiate with other people. So it's all about trying to work smart instead of working hard. So that's a little tip and trick for people who want to get started. So find someone that you're comfortable with going to really save you time later down in the line.
Geez, that's awesome, man. If you guys are liking this content right now and you've enjoyed this show, be sure to go down below and follow Rob. He's got a YouTube channel, Steps to Success. Go give him a subscribe. Not only does he have a lot of cool content, but specifically he has that video that shares his little bulb. His little camera, which I think is the coolest little thing. But you're actually documenting all the numbers and different things like that. And you got a lot of cool videos. You got a video about how you sold 4,000 in a week and, things that people can relate to and connect to. So definitely check that out. Rob, is there anywhere else people can follow you in your journey?
Yeah, so I have a Facebook group. It's Steps to Success FBA. It's a closed group, so you can just request to join and either me or one of the admins kind of let you in. And, if you have any questions or anyone has any question, they can reach me on Facebook. Just direct message me, and looking forward to helping anyone who wants to get started on FBA, or if you need pushing or a little bit of motivation, feel free to reach out to me.
Cool, man. Yeah, I really enjoyed the show. I really connected with you a lot and your energy, and definitely got me very motivated. I'm sure people are really going to like this. So if you guys did enjoy this on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. If you guys are listening on the podcast, do us a big favor and leave an honest feedback. Let us know what you thought about the show and everything, and if you enjoyed the podcast. And again, Rob, thank you so much for coming on. Maybe we could get you back on the channel another time and share some more updates and maybe some more products and some cool stuff. But thank you so much for your time, man. Any final words for the people listening and watching?
No, man, I appreciate you having me. This was one of the first collabs that I did, and I actually enjoyed being here today. Thank you for having me. Really appreciate, you helping me out. And for all those people out there that are interested in learning about FBA or have any questions, feel free to reach out to me.
Yeah, definitely hit them up. Links are down below. So, Rob, thanks again. We'll definitely talk soon, man.